how does gacha games like Genshin convince players to spend hundreds to even thousands of dollars? I've also seen articles, specifically this one article of a girl who took their parents' credit card and proceeded to spend almost around 20,000 on the game Genshin Impact, obviously without the parents' permission. Obviously, that's terrible. No one should take someone else's credit card and spend an amount that much, let alone your own parents' credit card. I think it's really important for us to understand how these gaming companies convince or quote-unquote trick their players into spending money on their game. And you may be free to play, or you may be a whale like me. But regardless, I think it's really super useful information to know how they, place certain options and items and just concepts in front of you to make it more easy for you to proceed to continue to spend money on their game. And I found a really interesting video that I want to watch with you guys today and talk about it. So let's get to it. Also, check this out. The golden plaque came today. Thank you again, guys, for 1 million subs on YouTube. And I did say I had a special video coming for that. I do want to say it's taken a little bit longer than expected. It will come, but I can't guarantee it's going to come May. I don't want to reveal anything because if I reveal what's taking long in the process, it'll kind of give it away. So just bear with me. Follow my socials for updates and I'll keep you guys updated. It's going to be amazing. I promise. Okay, video start. I do want to preface something just super quick. I know that I do spend a lot of money in the game. It is, at the end of the day, part of my job. It is for entertainment, and I wouldn't do it if it, made me broke, basically. And I strongly encourage you guys not to do things that would make you irresponsibly and financially. So just be careful. But other than that, enjoy the games you play and do what you got to do. Learning time. Everyone put your learning caps on. You have your learning hat? I do.
Today's topic, the psychological warfare of gacha games.
Hey.
Part you.
Wait, I saw Genshin. That's us, guys. That's us.
They use to part you from your money.
Can I scroll? Boom. See that? I play that game. I also play Fire Emblem Heroes. That was my first gacha game, by the way. And then I switched to Genshin.
And the tricks they use to part you from your money and how they're being adopted as the future of video games.
Yeah, think about it. Who here has spent any kind of money in a video game? I'm looking at you too, YouTube. Even if it was the Fortnite Battle Pass or the $100 Valorant skin pack that you most likely regret because you don't play Valorant anymore because you suck at the game. Me. Just kidding. Anyways, there's a lot of gambling, loot box type purchases in video games, right? Where you spend money at a chance to get something good. It's basically gambling, but you're not getting money back in return. You are getting a digital item that you allegedly would consent for by spending money at a chance for it, right? Like gacha was always a thing, but gacha really hit the mainstream market, especially the Western market, when Genshin blew up.
But first, I want to start by having you watch a very short video that maybe illustrates the point I'm trying to make here about gacha games.
その人となりとかをこうクローズアップされてて、その人物一人一人をこう好きになれるような。
Makes you feel something for them.
好きなもん欲しいじゃないですか。
You want what you love, right?
Want what you love, right?
You want what you love, right? Do you love Zhongli? Do you love Xiao? Will you spend thousands of dollars for him? Anyways.
触ってるみたいな感じ。ご飯食べてる時もお風呂と寝てる時以外はだいたい車運転
Wait, so is this a documentary of someone just chronically on a gacha game?
る時以外は触ってると思うんですけど。
Oh my god, it is.
700万ぐらいは。
You spent 70,000 on a gacha game. I'll have you know, out of all the YouTube videos I've done, I have not spent over 70,000 gambling in Genshin Impact.
一人出すのに多分5万ぐらいかかってて、それをオーグレベル5っていう風にしたかったので、まあそれでかけ
See? Look, you get a character, you spend what, 500 for a character. You get C0, gone you. But then you're like, okay, I want C6. Boom, 2,500 gone.
どこまでかけたかは知ってないんだけど。
Oh,
They don't know how much I've spent on the game. That's bad.
so that is an intro video. Let's get into it. This is gaming revenue visualized for the past 20 years, 50 years of gaming. You might notice in the beginning, all gaming revenue came from arcades and consoles. Then we added the PC to the mix in the late 80s. Then handheld comes along. And then right around 2000, okay, right around the millennium, they start to add mobile. Mobile has gone from a little bit of gaming revenue in 2007 to more than everything else combined today.
Yeah, mobile is huge. Look at that. What is something everyone has nowadays? A mobile phone. It's just so easy to use wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whenever.
How did they do that? They have a more effective way of parting consumers from their money. And that is why I would like to take the time today to sort of give you some defense, to let you understand some of the tricks that marketers and game designers use to separate you from your money.
That's me. Let's find out how Helioverse took all my money, guys. And yours, if you're a whale. Haha.
So, I chose one game in particular to kind of follow the story through. This applies to a lot of games, but I chose one in particular because I think it's one of the best at it. Genshin, the beautiful, gorgeous
Yes! Yes!
world we see here of Genshin Impact is essentially a far more predatory casino. It's the first truly AAA gacha game.
Yes. Yes. This is the biggest gacha game that also happens to have a very young audience. And that's not good.
Genshin Impact is not just on mobile. It's a AAA game across consoles and PC. And it takes all of these powerful psychological principles, strips away all of like the annoying spammy ad stuff, and puts it in an actually fun to play, beautiful game. It made $1 billion, I think, in this past year. More than that, actually, more than $1 billion in like its first year of play. Everything you want is behind some sort of lottery system that adds excitement and additional length to the game. Let's show you some more examples of the money they make.
Oh,
These
God.
are 5 of the recent...
I remember this. I remember when this chart came out back when I was starting Genshin. I was like, wow, this is incredible, because not only is it millions of dollars, it's only a single day spending estimate on the App Store and in Google Play. This is excluding console and PC. So they made much more than this.
characters released in Genshin Impact and the amount of money they made in a single day. 15 million for Zhongli, 9 million for Albedo, 14.8 million in Gun. This is one day. Okay? Adding up to billions. So now let me get into some of the psychological tricks that they use, okay? That I want you to be ready for. Number 1, a bonus for first-time signups.
And where do we see that, guys? Let me show you. Let's take a look at the shop. Where's the shop? Shop. The first time you buy, the first time you make a purchase, right? Where is it? I can't find it. Oh, why? It's because I already purchased it. Anyways. Oh, don't want to do that. Stop. Stop it. Stop. Stop.
This is when you first get into the game.
Oh, he's looking right at it.
They'll give you some kind of bonus, some kind of double gems. The reason they do this is because once you've put in payment information, the friction for everything else that they're going to try to trick you with is drastically reduced.
Yep. Once they have your payment info, it only takes one button away then to just make another purchase.
Let's say you're like, oh, I want that skin. Having to go to your wallet and pull out a credit card and type it in and figure that out is a stop moment. And I saw a video by a game developer describing it as like an icebreaker. And they said, quote, they only think of themselves as spenders once they've broken the ice. Once you break that wall, you break them. That is a quote.
Wow.
Once you break that wall.
Wow. Once you break that wall, you break them. That's almost like predatory.
The next thing they'll do is battle passes.
Yes.
Battle passes.
This is our battle pass, by the way, for Genshin.
Or any kind of format that requires daily logins or regular playtime. They will offer their best deals, their best, gems to dollars or whatever value, whatever V-Bucks to dollars, whatever.
Yeah, this is one of the best values you can get in Genshin. That's why I tell people, if you want to spend, only spend the Welkin. I love how he's using Genshin as a prime example, because it is a prime example. They've done it so well.
Whatever the value is will be best in the battle pass, because the goal is to make the game part of your daily routine. Once you do this for 20 plus days, it is now officially a habit in your brain. Next thing they'll do, and this was baffling. I mean, listen, I've seen this before in other games. Genshin Impact took it to another level. The idea of this is to have so many different currency types and tokens and weird denominations things are bought in to make it so your brain cannot easily math out how much you're actually spending.
Yeah. Why do I have to spend? Okay. Yeah, like, why is it $100 for 6,480 Genesis crystals? Like, they could have made it, oh, okay, $100 is 100 Genesis crystals. There's like another reason why they make it complicated numbers.
And what Genshin does is has Genesis crystals, Primo gems, intertwined fate.
Yeah, no one wants to do math, so, like, they're just too lazy to calculate how much they really spent.
A quiet fate, star glitter, stardust, and more. You buy Primo gems turn them into Fate, to turn them into Star Glitter, to roll for Stardust. It's all a way to make it confusing so you can't tell how much dollars you're spending. Another thing they do is they highly incentivize social proof. People, and this is more of a human psychological principle, people are much more likely to not share their losses and happily share their wins.
Genshin Twitter, what is like one of the most common things you see? Oh, I got Eula. Oh, I got Ganyu. Oh, I got so lucky. I got Xiao. And then the more you see it, the more you're like, oh, I wish I was that person. Let me try. Boom, you get Chi-Chi. Money gone, Chi-Chi gained.
And that creates a false heuristic in your brain that the odds of it are higher than they actually are. You are more likely to think it's possible when you see other people getting it. Let me give you a direct quote here. This is a direct quote again from a game developer that makes mobile games. Do not tell your players that the majority of people do not spend money.
That's true. There's a very large free to play community in Genshin. I guess it's just a matter of who's louder.
That is cancer that will kill your monetization. That is a direct quote. Another thing they do, they gotta fairly frequently change the meta.
That's true. That's true. What, guys, think about it. Why does the Abyss always change, and why do the requirements always change? Because a new character comes out, there's new artifacts, and so they cater to the new characters, weapons, and artifacts.
So that different characters are more valuable, so that somebody that says has a perfect lineup.
Exactly. Think about it. When they added the dogs to the Abyss, all of a sudden, Kokomi was the best character in the game. All the healers were one of the most valuable characters in the game.
For one character now feels like, oh, so I need to continue to level up someone else. The idea is to make it so you can never feel like you've finished.
Yeah, exactly. People were shitting on Kokomi when she came out. And then when the Abyss came out, everyone was like, oh, I should have rolled for Kokomi, man. And that's how they get you. They're like, oh, I should have rolled for this character because now I can't clear this Abyss level. Next banner, what do? Roll for the character because you want to clear the Abyss.
Helpful to this business model that when they release a new champion, that champion generally is good.
Shout out to all free-to-plays.
Now, this is one of my favorite, most interesting slides. This is the 4 types of players that you are targeting. Let's say we've all started Atrioc's chat mobile game company. We're all gonna get rich, okay? We're gonna start a devious mobile game company to make billions. There are 4 players we have to look out for. The killers want to win, and they will spend anything to beat other people.
Okay, so big PP number. Yes.
They are the most likely to fall for pay-to-win type mechanics.
Yes, okay, all right.
The next we have socializers. People that want to have a good time with friends.
Yeah,
okay?
Co-op. Genshin co-op,
This is the most common. Explorers, they like novelty. They like new content. They like seeing new things.
Archon quests, new story, new lore. Okay.
And achievers, their main goal is progress. They want to be the best. They want to complete their collection. They want to 5-star every item.
Okay.
They want to fill that hole in their soul.
Full completionists.
Now, let me explain how you make money from all 4 of these people. For the killers, you sell competitive advantage. This is how games like Clash of Clans make a lot of money. This is how like Hearthstone makes its money. For socializers, which is most people, you sell customization. That's skins, flexing, and uniqueness. People want to feel like they stand out, like they're unique, that they have something different that draws the attention or the eye.
I mean, chat, I'm not saying you have to be one of them. You can definitely be multiple, right? Like you could be an explorer because you like new content. And you could also be a socializer because you like the co-op aspects of the new content, right? I mean, think about it. The more you fit into these categories, the more likely you'll probably end up spending money on the game. Because, I mean, what's the mobile game's goal, right? To utilize each section and make them spend money.
Next up is explorers. To make them happy, you have to give them content. Yuck! Ugh! Ugh! Our mobile game company can't afford that. We can't afford to actually add new levels, new maps. That's expensive. So how do we make that fat, juicy profit? That, my friend, is the achievers. And how do we make money off them? Convenience. This is where the big whale, mamma jamma, top dog, convenience. Being able to cut down on the grind. Being able to get something quicker than everyone else. That is
resin. Listen, I'm getting to somewhere. Ready? Resin refilling. The more resin you have, the more artifacts you can get than someone else in a day that doesn't refill resin. If you refill, you have more resin than someone else who doesn't refill, and that puts you ahead of them. It's basically getting in like an extra day of like progression. Me, I refilled. Atsu, I know refilled. I know many of my Genshin friends refilled. So many people did it, especially for content. Like, not only does it, you know, kind of suck in just players, it gets the content creators as well, because like, what do content creators like are expected to do? They're expected to be like ahead of the game, right? They're expected to be, oh, the best, or they showcase cool things before anyone else. People grind, content creators grind, and how do they have to get ahead? The only way in Genshin, resin, right?
The psychological principles they exploit is called loss aversion. And that is the idea that people are more afraid of losses. People hate losing more than they love winning. I explained this in a previous Marketing Monday. Actually, we're talking about like people were exiting a study or a survey, and they asked them, how much do you think this trinket is worth? This little random trinket. If they didn't give it to them, they all said it was worthless or worth like $2. But if they gave them the trinket and said it's yours, how much do you think it's worth? They all said $5, $7, $10. Once they owned it, they said it was worth double, triple, quadruple than they would have said before that. For example, this one's really egregious. Oops, the balloon got through and ran out of lives. Don't let them undo your hard work. Continue with bonus. And that's the psychological principle. And
is this in Genshin in any way? Continue with bonus. Does it try to convince you to spend any kind of like currency that you loss aversion, observation that human beings experience losses asymmetrically more severely than equivalent gains. Overwhelming fear of loss can cause investors to behave irrationally and make bad decisions. It's the fear of loss. I think maybe pity system is the closest. No, that's kind of sunk fallacy though. The cost sunk fallacy, isn't that what it is? Where like you've gone too far, you might as well get it. It's definitely similar.
Next thing is the IKEA effect. Okay, the IKEA effect states, we love things more if we felt like we were part of the creation. If we felt involved in making them,
I think Genshin does a huge job at, like an amazing job at involving, well, okay, it's definitely had some questionable creator events and events in general, but the game itself has definitely brought a lot of viewers in the fan base together just because of like how it's written.
Think it's worth a lot more than it is. So even a shitty table from IKEA generally
once you Gensh in, you cannot Gensh out. That is very good. Wow, hold on. Wow, that was amazing. All right there, that is gold. Great stuff.
Has more warmth in it if you built it yourself. They will make you feel like you did some work. They will give you a randomized reward based on some amount of effort. Just doing some kind of effort and then getting a randomized reward. Now, again, I have money. I'm a whale. I will spend.
I'm a whale too, but that's just how it is. Hey, well, I hope you learned something new. Maybe you didn't care, but you made it to the end of the video. Regardless, I do hope this information was somewhat useful for you. It was definitely for me. It is good to be aware of, you know, what's going on around you and how things work. If you want more vids like this, let me know in the comments down below. And if you made it to the end of the video, subscribe, leave a like, and I'll definitely catch you again. Until next time though, take care, drink water.